Hello! So today we are taking a look at the Navion L17B in Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is a trainer that was built by North American Aviation, who are most famous perhaps for making the Mustang, and you can see the family resemblance between this and the Mustang. So this was made in the post-war years and sold to the US Air Force as a trainer. And I think that perhaps the most interesting story about this aircraft in the simulator is the development team, or team of one, I think, called Hangar Studios 713. Instead of sitting back and just complaining that their favourite aeroplane didn't exist in the simulator, they took it upon themselves to go and develop it themselves. So everything you're seeing here is somebody learning how to build airplanes, learning how to do texturing, learning how to do all the pattern modelling, learning how to do flight models, learning how to do 3D modelling. It's an amazing achievement. So somebody's basically got off their backside, dug in, and figured out how to build aeroplanes. I've featured them on the channel before because they built the twin Navion and the original Navion. So this is the L17B. So this is going to be folding into their development, everything they've learnt so far. And I have to say, it's pretty impressive. So I've not actually flown it, I've not even powered it up yet, so you're seeing it live with me. All I've done is opened the cockpit. So we're at Kern Valley, by the way. I thought this might be a nice place to go fly it. So if we go and have a look around inside, you can see the modelling. It's not the most photographic or photorealistic modelling you'll ever see, but it's pretty good. They've got the patina on the metalwork. So this is the museum livery. So it's no accident that it looks very, very neat and tidy and well put together. But it's pretty good, isn't it? Okay, the aeroplane is very basic and very functional, but the real thing was. So we can look around, everything's movable and clickable, and there's even some nice Easter eggs. So we'll go away from the drone camera now for a moment, and we'll go back to the normal camera and we'll have a look around. So there's various things you can open, like you can see there's a flight computer in there. It's funny, isn't it, how those get all over the world. E6B, that version is. I've got the more basic version at home that I've been learning. I'll be doing some videos about that at some point. So you've got some nice wear and tear around the aeroplane as well, particularly around the pedals and the floor. It's quite cool, isn't it? Okay, should we go and take it for a flight? So first things first, let's go and close this canopy. Now I have to remember how to do this. I think you just... Am I going the wrong way there? Yes, I am. There we go. So we've closed... I think we've got that completely closed. Let me try that again. Yeah, that's that way. That's that way. And then we should be able to lock it in place, and we can. Okay, so what do we do in terms of the aeroplane? We need to get the clipboard out. Can we pull the clipboard out? There we go. We'll turn the smoke off. We want to get rid of the tie downs and the chocks, and then we can click back down here to put the clipboard back away. So we're going to go and put the battery on. So you can see some lights have come on immediately, and we'll go and turn the beacon lights on because we're going to be starting the engine in a moment. So let's go and have a look outside. Hopefully we can see a beacon light flashing somewhere. I'm not sure where the lights are on this aircraft. Oh, there we go. So let's go and put the nav lights on as well, just to have a look at them. So yep, the nav lights have come on. It's very cool. And is that another nav light on the tail? I'm not sure. I'll put the landing lights on, see how bright they are. Well, they're pretty good, aren't they? And turn that back off for the moment, turn that back off for the moment. Okay, we've got alternator as well. Obviously we're not running the engine yet, so we'll go and sort the engine out. So mixture to fully rich. Will it let me? It's interesting they've got this... I guess, yeah, they're simulating, you have to use the mouse wheel on it. They're simulating that they screw in and out, which is quite cool. Obviously in the real thing you push the thumb in, and that allows you to do that. We can do the same thing for the propeller. So then we will go and turn the engine over. Oh, we need to do the fuel first. So fuel goes to main. And hydraulics can wait for a moment. Okay, let's open the engine up to 1000 RPM while it's warming up. So we'll go and turn the alternator on. We'll put the hydraulics, so the hydraulics has to be pushed in, I think, to pressurize it. So you can see the pressure here. If we remove that, will it start to fall? It may not until we actually use it. So obviously you need it for the undercarriage. Okay, we'll put the nav lights on now and put the pitot heat on. There's a second avionics switch here. Now, did that turn the avionics on or off? Okay, yeah, so that's an interesting one. So we'll calibrate the altimeter. Looks like it was already good. Okay, let's go and take it for a fly. I'm going to put the head tracking on because I think it aids the immersion somewhat. So we're at Kern Valley, we're just going to taxi down. Steering on the ground is fine. Shall have a look from outside just while we're taxiing. It's a bit of a downhill race down to the runway at Kern Valley. I'm just going to try the brakes out. There we go, that's all fine. So this is what came of the Mustang, essentially. The L17B is, I guess, the final derivative of it in trainer form. So we'll use the full length of the runway because I have no idea what the takeoff roll is going to be like. This is the free scenery for Kern Valley, by the way, that you can download from FlightSim.2. It's very, very good. Okay, we shouldn't need flaps for takeoff. So we'll just go quite fast on the runway. I've had a little look at the guidebook, but not in too much detail. Okay. Now I'm going to guess, yeah, avionics up must have been on. Off the brakes, let it roll. Coming through 80 knots, 60 knots, sorry. 80 knots. And rotate. And easily in the air. Gear up. So let's just do that rotation of the undercarriage again just to see that happen. The front wheel goes up and down very quickly, doesn't it? I imagine that's accurate. Very good. So it's holding an 80 knot climb at full throttle quite easily. So what's happening with the engine modelling? How's it going with the pressures? So RPM obviously is high at the moment. Manifold pressure doesn't appear to be affected by going at full throttle, so we're not limited at low altitudes by the look of it. Okay, let's fly out over the lake and get an idea of how it flies. We'll bring the RPM down. You want it about 2300 according to the book. It's very cool, isn't it? If you like this sort of aeroplane, you're going to like it. It's very, very stable. I've chosen quite a calm day though. I'm not using live weather. So I wanted to actually be able to see what the aeroplane was doing rather than fighting any weather conditions. Okay, let's climb a little and then we'll do some stall tests. So at the moment we're just coming up to 4,000 feet. So given that this is based on the Mustang, I would imagine it's going to be absolutely fine with 3D aerobatics. We're going to find out. We'll do some basic manoeuvring. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a glass roof, or certainly this version doesn't. So pulling loops and stuff, it's going to be difficult to spot coming out of the loop. But anyway. Okay, just trimming out for level flight, so just coming up for 5,000 feet, let's just climb a little bit more. It's quite nice the way they've done the propeller. Quite often you see that overdone. Right, so let's pick up some speed and we'll go for a loop. So back down to 5,000 feet, up to 170 knots or thereabouts. Just doing this very slowly to see how it behaves. So we're going to fall over the top. Very cool. And back to about the same speed again. And about the same height we were on the way in. Good. Okay, let's try just an aileron roll. How much height does the nose lose? Actually, the nose drops quite a lot, doesn't it? Okay, so what about if we do a slow roll and put other controls in to control it on the way around? Oh, so negative elevator stops the roll quite alarmingly, actually. So slow rolls are not really in the book for this one. Okay, let's just turn about and go back down the lake. Okay, gentle climb. And we'll watch the speed fall off. I'm going to pull the throttle back to 75%. Pulling in a little bit of backstick now. So stall is happening exactly where it said it should on the airspeed indicator. So feeding in more and more backstick and trying to force it into some sort of stall, which is starting to drift left a little bit. So if it's using the physics, yeah, that looks good. So I'm holding the backstick in to see what happens. And release the pressure and it comes out all on its own. Yeah, that was fairly straightforward. Okay, so let's just try a slow stall in a moment. So we're just losing some more speed. Okay, let's level the plane out. So more and more backstick. Keep the wings level. And it still drops the left wing. That's interesting. So it doesn't stall evenly. Let's try that again just to see it wasn't me imparting that to make that happen. I'll try and keep it absolutely level, looking at the attitude indicator over there. So more and more backstick. And we'll try a bit of rudder. No, it's going in a straight line. The rudder won't stop it from dipping either. Interesting. Obviously going a bit of opposite rudder there. We were trying to improve the airflow over the left wing, but it wasn't having it. It's very, very stable, very predictable. Okay, let's go back low level across back to Kernville then, through these hills. And see how we get on. It does have a rudimentary autopilot built into the the tablet, which you can select. If you've got the TDS, I think it is, or the PMS GTN 750, I think it will appear. There's a hidden click spot, I think, here that will make it appear. But if we try this, what happens? I don't think I've got any of them installed at the moment, so it's not going to make anything appear for us. It's a bit of a shame. We have got smoke as well. Let's have a quick look at that. Very cool. Oh, it's not quite going to stick around long enough for us to hit our own smoke trail. Okay, let's put the clipboard back away so it doesn't distract us too much. So you can see Kernville out in the valley there, so we'll fly past it and come back to arrange our approach. So something we didn't try, so let's cut the throttle back. We're going to extend the flaps. Just going to try letting the airplane slow down. We'll do this from inside. So it's full stick back now. Oh, it's gone left wing. Interesting. It was starting to edge that way as we did it. Okay, we're too low to try anything else. But at full flaps, it starts to complain. I'm just looking at the indicated airspeed there. So 60 knots. Trying to establish what we can get away with. 55 knots. Okay, 55 knots. So let's raise the flaps. Just hold it steady. And we'll see how we get on with doing an approach. So we're just going to fly along this side of the valley, keep an eye on the airfield. You can make the shades move as well. They don't drag, but you can just hold the mouse button on to make them go up and down. So the aeroplane is available from SimMarket. It isn't very expensive. And if you're looking for a period accurate trainer that's good fun and very, very stable, then it's a great little aeroplane. Okay, it doesn't look photorealistic, but like I said earlier, the developer is a one-man band learning as he goes, and I think it's absolutely worth supporting him in his endeavours. Okay, let's start turning in and slowing down. Okay, we're on full flaps. We're just cruising in at 60 knots. Running about 40%, 30-40% power. If we hold the attitude, we can just use the power to control descent rate. Just putting a bit more power in to clear these trees. A little bit of turbulence. Oh, a bounce. Misjudged how far away we were from the ground, really. But that's just knowledge and experience of the aeroplane, isn't it? But yeah, a great little aeroplane. Very, very stable, and as you can see, very easy to hold the centre line. It is pulling a little bit to the right, but you'd expect that. So, there we go. And we'll taxi back to the parking area. What on earth is this vehicle in the way? Should we go around him? Hopefully he's having fun joyriding around the airport. So yes, if you are interested in the aeroplane, go and look it up at SimMarket. It's the Navion L17B. Should we go and park where we took off from? Or where we started from, I should say. And then go and get a coffee in that nice little cafe over there. Okay, so if we go and pull the propeller back and pull the mixture back, so we can roll the mouse on the mixture, or we can pull it. Achieves the same thing. That kills the engine, and then we can just go through and turn all the switches back off. Okay, and I guess if we get the clipboard back out, we can go and put the tie-downs back in place. And we can put a cover on the aeroplane as well. So if we do that, obviously it's going to cover it from the inside. But you can see then you've got this nice cover on the outside as well. So it's absolutely, you know, they've thought of most things. It's quite remarkable, really. If there's anything I was going to poke a finger at, they've got some really nice weathering around the exhausts. Oh, I didn't use the cowl flaps. Cowl flaps are operational, by the way. It's all... okay, this is the museum one, so it's very accurate to the one that's in the museum. So it looks sparkling and clean. It's been cleaned to within an inch of its life. It would be nice to see a little bit of weathering, though, maybe. You can see a little bit of rain weathering on the leading edge, but not much. So that's the only thing I can really point at that makes it not look photorealistic, is the lack of weathering. And I think that would make all the difference. Anyway, I really like it. So that was the L17B from Hangar Studios 713, I believe they're called. Here we go. So yes, Hangar Studios 713, the North American Ryan Navion L17B. The reason Ryan is in there is because they bought North American Aviation. That's why the NA is in the Navion. Okay, so there you go. As you can see, it's not very expensive at all. Anyway, and there's lots and lots of liveries with it. So I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon.